Hello children, how are you doing? I'm sure you're revising each grammar topic and eager to learn few more, aren't you? Children, in continuation with the tense that we are learning, let's start today's topic called past tense. Let's begin with questioning something very familiar. Everyone asks you often, maybe. What have you eaten today? What did you eat yesterday? Think about it and try to write in your notebook or just scribble down any two things that you remember. Children, today shows the present tense and the word yesterday here shows the past tense. So you will figure out at what time I was asking you about what time. Let's begin with simple past tense. The simple form, basic one. This tense is used to show an action that completed in the past. बच्चों, ये जो बेसिक फॉर्म है सिंपल पास्ट टेंस, ये हमें एक एक्शन के बारे में बताता है जो कंप्लीट हो चुका है पास्ट में, जो वक्त गुजर चुका है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई लर्नड दिस डांस इन 22 आवर्स. तो जो स्पीकर है वो ये डांस लर्न कर चुका है पास्ट में. सिमिलरली, द पुलिस फाउंड प्लेंटी ऑफ प्रूफ्स अगेंस्ट द थीफ. लेट्स अंडरलाइन the past tense verbs. I learned. यहाँ हमें कौन सा शब्द बता रहा है कि ये चीज़ पास्ट में हुई थी? Found. Secondly, this tense tells us about a past habit. एक पुरानी आदत. For example, they used to run on the streets in the rain. Our teacher told us that stories are good for children. This is something regular that happens. Note that the past tense form of the verbs either has ed or id after the base verb or is completely different. तो तीन सिचुएशंस हो सकती हैं. आपका एक बेस वर्ब है, यानी सिंपल वर्ब जैसे वॉक, रन, सिंग, डांस, राइट. ये इसे रूट फॉर्म भी कहते हैं या बेस वर्ब भी कहते हैं. या तो हम इसमें ईडी लगाएंगे या आईडी या वो बिल्कुल अलग होगा. तो ये तीन बेसिक रूल हैं, ईडी और आईडी और कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट. लेट्स सी दीज एग्जाम्पल्स. वॉक becomes walked. What have we added here? What was the base form? Walk. Correct. We just added ed. Walk becomes walked. Come came. It is totally different. ना हमने ed add किया ना ied. Carry carried. What did we add? What is the change? Correct. ied is the change. We dropped y. Go went, completely different. Speak spoke, different. And talk talked. Talk, to talk we add just ed. So it becomes the past form. Talked. Let's move on to the next type, that is past continuous tense. A tense which is continuing even if it's in the past. This tense is used to show an action that continued at a particular time in the past. अब ये एक्शन गुजरे वक्त में यानी पास्ट में हुआ, लेकिन तब भी ये कंटिन्यू कर रहा था. हमें नहीं पता कि ये कब ख़त्म हुआ. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, दे वर वेटिंग फॉर द कैब टू अराइव. सो वी डोंट नो वेदर दैट एक्शन ऑफ वेटिंग completed or not. They were waiting. Here, what is the keyword? Yes, ing. सब बेस वर्ब में ing लगा मिलेगा. जब हम बात कर रहे हैं कंटिन्यूस टेंस की, वर वेटिंग, आई वॉज क्राइंग. I was crying my eyes out all the while in the cinema hall. So the action of crying has not completed. Secondly, an action that was in progress when another action occurred at a particular time in the past. अब एक एक्शन पास्ट में शुरू हुआ, अभी वो प्रोग्रेस में है, चल रहा है, और दूसरा एक्शन भी हो गया एट अ पर्टिकुलर टाइम, एक स्पेसिफिक टाइम पे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, Raman was sleeping when I went to his house. Now two actions are happening here. पहला एक्शन, Raman was sleeping, वो सो रहा था. When I went to his house. So what is the other action? Went. Exactly. जब मैं उसके घर गया तो घर जाने का भी एक एक्शन है और रमन के सोने का भी एक एक्शन है. तो दो एक्शन हो रहे हैं यहाँ. But this is the continuous one because how can we identify? ing. Similarly, she was reading a book when my teacher came. What are the two actions? Action of reading and action of teacher coming in. Now let's note the following. The base verb in past form is always used to express the second action. This is an important thing. So the base verb is used to express second action, whichever is the second one from the two. And the past continuous tense form of the verbs is formed in the manner shown below. Let's see the structure. So we will use two helping verbs, either was or were. Was or were. Was in case of singular nouns and were in case of plural when we have more than one. And then with this we will attach what? Present participle. That means the ing form of the verb. For example, was, were plus going, working, talking, etc. Can you think of more present participles? Yes, do try. Like sleeping, painting, yelling, walking, etc. Side by side, attempt the practice exercise also, so that you revisit the rule right now. Now let's move on to the next type, past perfect tense. Let's understand when is this tense used and to show what. To show first an action that was completed before another action at a particular time in the past. For example, the class had started before I reached the school. Now here also there are two actions happening. यहाँ दो action हो रहे हैं, लेकिन एक दूसरे से पहले ही complete हो गया. The class had started before I reached the school. So कौन सा action पहले हुआ? School पहुंचने का. There are two actions of reaching the school, of starting the class. Right? So let's underline here, had started. Now this is the key word here. In past perfect tense, we will always use had. Let's see the second type of expression for past perfect tense. It is used to show an action that occurred long time ago. एक action हुआ जो बहुत पहले हुआ था, उसे दर्शाने के लिए, उसे दिखाने के लिए हम ये tense use कर सकते हैं. For example, she had sent me the mails a year ago. अब वो action complete हो चुका है बहुत पहले. That's why had sent. Completed action. Do note that the past perfect tense form of the verb is formed in the manner shown below. Let's look at the structure. Like previously we learnt, we use have or has in the perfect tense, but here in the past perfect tense we always use had at all times with the combination of past participle. That means we are going to add D or ED or IED form of the verb. For example, had closed, had talked, had carried, etc. Alright, so do make a list of your own verbs here and use it along with had. Children, do revise all the rules and the formation style, the rules, the structure of the sentences of the past tense verbs, and practice a lot using the given exercises in your book.